Today, we are going to talk about a super simple, but really powerful technique for tackling those huge, overwhelming goals. It's called problem decomposition. And really, it's all about how you can turn these giant mountains in your life into manageable little molehills. I mean, you know that feeling, right? That sense of being just completely frozen, paralyzed even, by the sheer size of what's in front of you. But here's the thing. It is not just you. This is something pretty much everyone feels when they're facing something massive. You know, it could be wanting to quit your job, or dreaming about a whole new career, or tackling some huge project. These things feel so big that a lot of the time, we just end up doing nothing at all. They just stay as dreams, right? They never actually become reality. So, what is really going on here? Well, it turns out the reason we get stuck isn't some kind of personal failure. And it's not a lack of motivation. Nope. It's actually a totally predictable biological response from our own brains. It's a state called cognitive overload. Think about it. When you throw a giant, super complicated problem at your brain all at once, it basically short circuits. It just hangs, kind of like a computer with way too many tabs open. And then it sends out this big warning signal, basically screaming, "This is too hard, bail out now." And that is the root of that whole paralyzed feeling. Okay, so this is the crucial perspective shift. The problem isn't that your goal is too big. No. The problem is that your steps aren't small enough. You just haven't sliced them into small enough pieces for your brain to actually handle without freaking out. And that brings us right to the solution. It's a really powerful method called problem decomposition. And it is all about harnessing the incredible power of thinking small to achieve really big things. You know, there's a classic saying that illustrates this just perfectly. The question is, how do you eat an entire elephant? I mean, trying to do it all at once. It's just impossible, right? The answer? It's so simple, but it's also pretty profound. One bite at a time. By breaking down this impossibly large task into manageable pieces, the impossible suddenly becomes achievable. And that is the very essence of decomposition. And listen, this isn't just some feel-good life hack. This is a formal problem-solving strategy. It's called divide and conquer. And it's used every single day by top software engineers, by mathematicians, you know, professional problem solvers, to build incredibly complex systems and solve some really amazing challenges. Okay, so how can you actually use this in your own life? Let's get practical. It's a really simple 4-step process. First, you've got to define the problem clearly. Second, you divide it into smaller subproblems. Third, you prioritize those pieces. And finally, you execute them one by one. All right, let's break each of those down. Step 1 is all about clarity. A vague goal like, I want to get rich. I mean, that gives your brain nothing to work with. But a clear goal like, I want to save $100,000 in 1 year. See? Now that is a problem you can actually start to solve. Next up, step 2. you divide. And you just keep dividing. A really great rule of thumb is to break things down until each individual task takes, say, no more than 1 or 2 hours to finish. Step 3 is all about prioritizing. Look, you don't have to do everything at once. The smart move is to start with tasks that give you the highest impact for the lowest amount of effort. And finally, step 4, you execute. Just one piece at a time. The real power here is consistency. I really want to leave you with this powerful reframe. Big problems don't really exist. Think about that. There are only collections of small problems that we haven't separated yet. So, I want you to take a moment. Think about that one goal that's been weighing on you. Go on, grab a piece of paper, and just ask yourself, which big problem will you start breaking down today?